We studied about steady state temperature distribution and the evaluation of temperature function u of xt in continuous case. Let's look at the application in the numerical case, that is in the discrete case. Solution of parabolic equation. One-dimensional heat equation itself is an example for parabolic equation. And for numerical analysis, we make use of Bender-Schmidt recurrence relation to find the solution of heat equation. Let's look at an example to understand the concept. Find the values of u of xt satisfying the parabolic equation. Dou u by dou t equal to 4 times dou square u by dou x square, and the boundary conditions u of 0t equal to 0, which is equal to u of 8t, and u of x0 equal to 4x minus half x square at x equal to I, where I ranges from 0 to 8, and t is equal to 1 by 8 times j, where j ranges from 0 to 5. Here you can see that it's much similar to the continuous case we discussed. This is the one-dimensional heat equation, and the boundary conditions are u of 0t and u of 8t at 0 temperature or the constant temperature, and u of x0, which is equal to f of x, is the temperature function which is expressed here, and we are given with the index I and j. With respect to I, the variable x changes, and with respect to j, the variable t changes. So let's look at the solution. When you try to substitute x equal to 0 and x equal to 8 in the general solution u of x0 given in our question, we can see that at x equal to 0, u of x0 takes the value 0. At x equal to 8 also, u of x0 takes the value 0. So when you try to record the values in a table, I is represented, j is also represented, and I is equal to 0 and I equal to 8 represents first and last column of this table. Since we have evaluated that u of 0, 0 and u of 8j are 0, which corresponds to the first and the last column of the table, because I is equal to 0 corresponds to the first column, I is equal to 8 corresponds to the second column. All the answers are 0. Let's find out the entries in the first row. The first row corresponds to the value j is equal to 0. Since we have been given with the temperature distribution function, u of x0 is equal to x into 4 minus half x. When you substitute x equal to 1 here, you get the answer for u of 10. u of 10 corresponds to the position I equal to 1 and j is equal to 0. So here you have to write the answer when you substitute x equal to 1 in this equation u of x0. When you give x equal to 1, the answer is 3.5. Now the next position takes the value x equal to 2. When you substitute x equal to 2 in this equation, you get u of 20 is equal to 6. u of 20 corresponds to the position I equal to 2 and j is equal to 0. So at this position you have to write the answer for u of 20, which is equal to 6. The next position is u of 30. The answer will be obtained by substituting x equal to 3 in the general function here, and you get the answer is 7.5. So similar way you can substitute x equal to 4, x equal to 5, x equal to 6, etc. till x equal to 7 to get the answer for the entire first row. Now we have to find out the values of the second row. To find out the values of second row, we have to make use of the Bender-Schmidt recurrence relation, which is given here. Here we make use of the answers or the values of the preceding row. To find out the values of the new row, that is the second row, we have to substitute j is equal to 0 here. When you substitute j is equal to 0 in this Bender-Schmidt relation in both LHS and RHS, you get the relation u of I1 equal to half times u of I minus 1 0 plus u of I plus 1 0. Now in this equation you have to vary I from 1 to 7, because the column I equal to 8 is already taken 0 entries. Now you start varying I from 1 to 7. When you substitute I equal to 1, you get these terms as u00 and u20. u00, the answer is I equal to 0, j equal to 0, 0. u20, the answer is I equal to 2, j is equal to 0, which is equal to 6. So the answer of u11 is half times 0 plus 6, and you get the answer as 3. So u11, which is the I equal to 1, j equal to 1 position, will take the answer as 3. Next, you evaluate u21 by substituting I equal to 2 in this relation. So these two terms become u10 and u30. What is u10? I equal to 1 and j is equal to 0. 3.5 is the answer for u10. u30 is I equal to 3, j is equal to 0, which is 7.5. So you take the sum of 3.5 and 7.5 and multiply it by 1 by 2 to get the answer as 5.5. u21 is the position I equal to 2, j equal to 1, and there you have to write the answer 5.5. So I equal to 2, j equal to 1, this position takes the answer 5.5. Next position is u31. You substitute I equal to 3 here, and these terms become u20 and u40. u20 is 6 and u40 is 8. So 6 plus 8 into 1 by 2, the answer is 7. So similar way, substituting I equal to 4, I equal to 5, I equal to 6 in this standard relation, you get the other remaining values to be substituted in the second row. To find out the values in the third row, we substitute j equal to 2 in the Benders-Kemmerer relation, and you get the standard relation as ui2 equal to half times u I minus 1 1 plus u I plus 1 1. So in this equation, you start substituting I equal to 1, I equal to 2, I equal to 3 to get the entries of row 3. So the calculation is just similar to the previous case. When you substitute I equal to 1, these terms become u01 and u21. u01 and u21, the values are obtained looking at the table. u01 is 0, u01 is 0, and u21 is I equal to 2, j equal to 1, which is equal to 5.5. So you sum these terms and multiply it by 1 by 2 to get the answer 2.75. u12 is the position I equal to 1, j equal to 2. So this position takes the answer 2.75. To get the answer for the next one, you will have to make use of terms I equal to 2 substituted over here, and the terms become u11 and u31. u11 or u31 are obtained by looking at the table. u11 is 3 and u31 is 7. So you take 3 and 7, sum it and multiply it by 1 by 2 to get the answer 5. u22 is the answer to be written where I equal to 2 and j equal to 2. This answer is 5, which is obtained from this calculation. So similar way, you start substituting I equal to 3, 4, 5, 6 till I equal to 7 in this standard relation to get all the entries of row 3. To get the entries of row 4, you will substitute j equal to 2 in the Benders-Kemmerer relation, and you start varying I from 1 to 7 to get all the entries of row 4. You continue the process to get all the values of the table, and the table will be the final solution. You can see that in discrete case, we can only record a solution as numerical data.